Have you ever wondered what would happen if someone you mourned, someone you buried, came walking back into your life? This isn't just a story. It's a profound journey into love, loss, and the agonizing choices that follow an impossible return in the peaceful countryside of Greenhill Village. A young man named Thomas Gray married his sweetheart, Mary Evans. Their love story was the heart of the village, a beacon of simple joy. But when hard times fell, Thomas, full of hope, left for London to find work, promising his tearful wife, "Even if the wind takes me far, my heart will always find its way back to you." In London, after much struggle, Thomas found a job as a lorry driver. He saved every penny, his dreams filled with Mary's smile. But one fateful day, his life shattered, and beknownst to him, a colleague hid illegal goods in his truck. At the French border, he was arrested, despite his pleas of innocence. He was sentenced to 5 years in a French prison, with no way to contact his beloved Mary, back in Greenhill. The silence from Thomas was deafening. Months turned into years. Then, a traveler brought devastating news. A man named Thomas Gray had died in a lorry explosion. The village mourned. With no body to bury, they held a memorial service, filling a coffin with soil from his land and laying him to rest in their hearts. The vicar declared, "Thomas has gone to rest. Let Mary find peace." According to old custom, the family name had to be preserved. Thomas's own brother, Richard, was persuaded by the village elders to marry the widowed Mary. "Mary needs a home," they insisted. With a heavy heart, Mary agreed. Richard was kind, building a small shop for her. Life, against all odds, moved on. A year later, a son was born. And then another. Laughter returned to the Gray family. But sometimes, in the quiet of the night, Mary would whisper to the stars, "Thomas, if you can hear me, forgive me." 10 long years passed. After serving his sentence and working another 5 years in the prison kitchen, a weathered but hopeful Thomas finally walked free. He imagined a tearful, joyful reunion with his wife, and meeting the children he dreamed of. He was finally coming home. But the Greenhill he returned to was not the one he left. As he walked into his old home, villagers stared as if they had seen a ghost. An old woman gasped, "Thomas, is that really you?" Another shouted, "It's his spirit. He's come from the grave." His own mother, trembling, whispered, "My son, we buried you." The news spread like wildfire. Thomas Gray, the man they had buried, had returned. When Mary heard, a teacup shattered in her hand. She ran, her heart pounding, and when she saw him, she froze. "Thomas, is it really you?" He smiled weakly. "It's me, Mary. I came home." She collapsed into his arms, sobbing. "They said you were dead. I never stopped thinking of you." Their reunion was shattered when Richard appeared, a small boy holding his hand. His face was pale. "Thomas," he said, his voice strained, "I never wanted this. We have 2 children. What happens now?" The joy turned to stone. Thomas looked at his brother, his voice dark with a decade of pain. "You took my wife, Richard. You, my own brother." Richard shot back, "And who would have cared for her? You were gone 10 years. We buried you." The village was torn in two. Who was Mary's rightful husband? The man she first loved, or the man who saved her from ruin. The village council was deadlocked. The law was on Thomas's side, but morality and the children's future were with Richard. Mary, caught in an impossible situation, cried out, "Thomas, you are my true husband, but I cannot abandon Richard and my children. What do you want me to do?" The brothers' grief turned to rage, culminating in a fistfight in the village square, to men willing to fight to the death over a life that was already broken. The next morning, the vicar summoned them to the church. He turned to Mary, her face a mask of sorrow, and asked the impossible question, "Mary, whom do you choose?" Trembling, she spoke a truth that silenced the entire room. "I love Thomas. He is my husband. But I cannot abandon Richard and my children. If I choose one, the other will be destroyed. I wish I could be divided in two." The wise vicar, seeing the depth of her agony, delivered a judgment that was both merciful and devastating. "This is a wound that only truth can heal," he said softly. "You shall remain in this house, but as a mother only, not as a wife to either brother. The bond is broken. Let there be peace." And so, a quiet sadness settled over Greenhill. Thomas built a small cottage nearby, living alone. Mary raised her sons, often sending them to visit the man who was, and wasn't, their father. Richard provided for the family, but the laughter in their home was gone. The three of them lived in a state of limbo, bound by love, duty, and a tragic fate. Years later, as Thomas lay on his deathbed, Richard came to him. The two brothers sat by the fire, the years of anger melting away. "Brother," Thomas whispered, "the Lord tested us both. I forgive you." Richard's eyes filled with tears. "And I forgive you, Thomas." In that moment, a profound peace settled between them. When Thomas passed away, the whole village came to his real funeral. This time, there was only peace. The vicar's words echoed through the church. Thomas lived twice, once for love, once for forgiveness. Let his life remind us that even in loss, grace can still return. On his grave, they carved a simple cross with the words, "Do not close a grave when hope still breathes." This story reminds us that life's greatest challenges are not about who is right or wrong, but about how we find the grace to forgive, to heal, and to love, even when our hearts are broken into pieces. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the depths of the human heart. Until next time, may you find peace in your own story.